the glue of the flour, okay? What we call the gluten, okay? So, yeah, it's pure glue. So it's like cement for your GI system. So if you have an autoimmune disorder, you don't want to fill your gut with glue. And essentially, glue plus sugar plus oil equals autoimmune disease. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online and I'm going to pick up some einkorn flour. If you look at the einkorn flour, it says here low, it says einkorn, wheat as nature intended. So what is the difference between this wheat and the other wheats?
Years ago, they changed the enzymes from the original wheat in the United States. They either added or took something.
They did. They
Yeah.
changed the chemical structure, which changes the enzymes and the digestion components that would help you to digest the wheat. Okay. The other thing that happened is with the wheat. I will pull up the statement this evening in the Spirit of Prophecy that talks about the two things that Satan would do in the last days as it relates to the second coming of Christ and getting a people to not be ready for his coming. We are told that Satan would do two things. Number one, he would turn alcohol into wine. I'm sorry, he would turn the root of the vine into wine. Okay? And that would essentially be poison. And number two, we are told that he would take the wheat and he would poison it. Okay? So those two things are happening right now. So when you pick up the all-purpose flour, right? The all-purpose flour essentially is a genetically modified flour. It is wheat, but they remove the fiber from it, okay? So when you genetically modify the flour, you end up with these these components that are against the way your body functions. So a lot of people say, well, this is expensive. Yes, this is going to cost you about $10.99. Okay? But let me ask you a question. How much does it cost for a funeral? How much does it cost for a week of hospitalization? What value do you place upon your health? Let me just say this as I am here. I have noticed that people who are primarily Seventh-day Adventists, and I want to say I don't want to be seem like I am racist here, okay? But I'm going to say it. People of island descent, because I'm from the island, so I can say this. I get a pass. They don't generally put a value on their life and on their health. And a lot of times when you go to the homes of my own people, Haitian people, you'll find a $10,000 couch in their living room. You'll find a $3,000 freezer, refrigerator. You'll find all of these expensive things. But when it comes to health, in most cases, we say that's too expensive for the body, right? Also, it's not just island people. Sometimes people of other descent, people from other countries, right? You will find that generally human beings in general tend to not place a high value on their body. Let me ask you a question. What's more important? A couch that you sit on? A refrigerator that you put food in? Or where you cook the food and how it's going into your body? What is in the food? What is most important to you? So here's what I tell people. This does it for me. This is how you rationalize it. You pick it up and you say, I'm not buying this because the company is worth it. I'm buying this because I am worth it. So for you and for me, that's a good reason. You're buying this because what? You are worth it. And the question is, are you worth it? Are you worth it? Yeah, I didn't hear anything. Am I worth it? $10.99 for this. It's $11, but it's also a pound. Okay? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Now, if you want it cheaper, you can buy the actual grain and then mill it yourself. That's another option. Spelt is also good too. But this, the reason why I like this is because you won't even tell the difference. When I make the pizza, you're going to be like, this. It's not going to be giving you that harsh wheat taste. It's soft like baby powder. And you can make cakes with this. All right. You can make dumpling with this. It's an excellent, excellent flour. Okay. So I need, I'm going to go ahead and make my pizza. So for my recipe, yes, so it is low on the glycemic index as well. Okay? Huh? The protein content in here, I know it's pretty high, but I don't have it right in front of me. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't have, yeah, I'm not seeing it here right now, but of course I could be, yeah, but it's pretty good. It's pretty high. So this iron corn flour has never been genetically modified. None GMO. And this, most people who are gluten intolerant, they don't have an issue with this. Now, I had a lady who still had an issue with it. She's gluten intolerant. But the majority of people have no issues with this, okay? So I'm going to have my wife come up, and she's going to help me to make the dough. Now, if you look at my screen, your screen here, oh, you can't see the screen, I'm sorry. We're going to make the whole batch, okay? So my recipe for you at home, for you, okay, you're going to use 3/4 cup of warm water. Now, you don't have to use the warm water if you're not using yeast. For this particular pizza, I will not use yeast. So it will not rise. Why? Because yeast, let me tell you a question. Let me tell you something else we've been studying this week. When God gave man bread to eat, did it have yeast in it? Yes, it is, because the yeast, essentially what the yeast does, I had a scientist at one of my presentations, and he educated me on this. And we were talking about the yeast itself, it causes the flour itself to ferment. And most people who cook the bread, once you make the bread, the yeast is still active in the dough for like up to 3 days. Okay? And so if you really want to do it, you should at least let it sit for 3 days before you put it in your body. But when you go to Walmart and you buy your favorite bread, it's fresh. Okay, for the most part. So when God gave man flour and bread to eat, he removed the yeast. Now, if you go to Ezekiel 4:9 and you look at the recipe that he gave, what does it say in Ezekiel 4:9? If you notice, there is no yeast added. When the children of Israel were leaving bondage, and he gave them the Passover, and when he told them to bake the bread, they were to be baked without yeast. Now, if you study yeast more carefully, especially nutritional yeast, you will never use it again. Okay? And that is one of the things that plant-based people eat, and they say it's vitamin B12. Well, it's synthetic vitamin B12. It's not natural. It's added into it. So for me and my family, I don't eat it. I try not to eat it anymore. Okay? I'm not telling you this is what you should do. I'm not saying this is, I'm telling you my personal preference based upon studies that I've done. And also the yeast blows you up as well. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
So I was using
Yeah.
How do you get B12 at the plant?
Oh, very easy. First of all, in the morning, you make natural B12. That first saliva, that first spit has B12 in it. So you take a swig of water. There's also other sources of B12, which I'm going to talk about this evening. All right. So let's go ahead now and we're going to add our flour. This is about a pound. So we're going to, can I have the recipe, please? We're going to triple the recipe. You guys, for your own purpose, at home, I have the recipe here that makes pizza for 3. But this, I'm going to make pizza for everybody here. So 3 cups. Well, we have lasagna, we have pizza, we have lasagna, we have cheesecake, and so we have a salad. So we'll have plenty. The pizza is more like a little side dish. Okay, I'm just gonna watch out because they can see. All right, so we've got our einkorn flour. I want to make sure this is enough for all of us. Yeah, it's a pound. Okay. You guys, this is the time to talk to us while my wife is doing this. So we're going to add salt to our recipe. On mic, honey. We're going to use a tablespoon of salt. Yeah.
This is 4 batch. We're just gonna a pinch 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is for the for this recipe here. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, what is more favorable than olive oil to eat? The olives.
How much flour did you use for that?
The olives. We use the whole pound. Remember, this is for, you can't follow this recipe. You need to follow the recipe that is for 2 to 3. The oil and olives, we are told, is the best remedy for kidney failure and constipation. So the olive is more favorable to use whole because you're getting all the fiber, right? But in this case, we're going to go ahead and add our water. Now, where's our water? This sink water is probably not good, no?
Well, the cold is filtered.
The cold is filtered. Where is that?
But he did bring you a bottle.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm going to need more than that. This is the hardest part, y'all. You can make pizza at home for your child, for your family. I may need another 1 or 2. Ready? Now, I do a little bit. So sometimes in mine particular recipe, I'll add some color. Now, remember yesterday I was talking about iodine. And somebody was saying, well, how do you get your iodine if you don't use the table salt? And I said to you, not only you can use seaweed, you can use sea moss, you can use kelp. This is the Norwegian kelp. Can someone get the door, please? Somebody's knocking. This is a Norwegian kelp, okay? This kelp, watch this, y'all. You put that, and it's like a seasoning. You sprinkle it over your food after your food is cooked. It has 1,638 micrograms of iodine. Okay? This, if we can reserve some of the questions for later. So this is very good for replacing your iodine from the synthetic version. Remember, this is natural iodine from God. Okay? But the other one you're getting is the synthetic version. Oh, well, gotcha. So this is the kelp. Okay? This is an excellent source of iodine. Thank you. An excellent source of iodine. You do not have to use the table salt, friends. There is no excuse for these things, right? The sea salt, I'm not too sure about, sis. I would have to, you want to put some kelp in there? Yeah. The sea salt, I'm not sure about. I would have to understand a brand, I would have to go online, look up on it. You can call the company and ask them questions. And they will love to answer your questions, actually. They'll tell you really what they're using. Okay? You can put a little turmeric, little cayenne pepper, little paprika, those type of things. Okay? We added water. We added a little bit of olive oil. And then, since we did not add yeast, we did not add sugar. Typically, when you add yeast to dough, what do you have to add? Sugar. So when you go and you read your breads, okay, you're going to find sugar in almost all of them, except for the Ezekiel brand. You're not going to find that in there. So my wife is very good at this.
If you want to raise the dough, you can use the flaxseed.
That's right. My wife was telling me I forgot the flaxseed. So the flaxseed is a natural egg replacement. So if you're baking, you're going to take the flaxseed. Of course, it's got to be grounded. And then you take the flaxseed as your egg replacer. And then that will do the trick, okay, for you. We're not doing tricks here because we're... no, it does not. You can't even taste it, but it does the same job as what the egg does itself. And not to mention, you're adding excess fiber to the food, and fiber does what, everybody? Fiber is our healer. It's our healer. Okay, so my wife has now got the pizza dough ready. Very good. I'm going to show the camera and show them so they can see it. So this has no yeast. Okay. There it is. No, you don't need to rise it because this is going to be, we're going to do what's called unleavened pizza, right? Not really. No, it's going to be like a pizza. It's going to be a real pizza. And you're going to taste it. Okay, our lasagna. Okay, so while my wife is doing the pizza, you want me to go with the lasagna? Okay, while she's doing the pizza, I'm going to go ahead and make my lasagna. Now notice I'm using a special pan. These pans are titanium stainless steel or surgical steel pans. These are the only pans we use. And guess what? We're not going to have time to talk about pans in this segment, but hopefully I'll touch upon it. What are some of the pans that you use at home? Name some. Copper. Okay, nobody should be using copper pans. Stainless steel. Most stainless steels that you get from Walmart or Costco's are not true stainless steel. What they do is they spray the stainless steel finish on it. But when you heat it up, the heavy metals within the pan itself leaches into the food, and heavy metals does what to the brain? Crosses the blood-brain barrier. Okay? You should not use aluminum. You should not use Dutch pots. You should not use non-stick. Non-stick is one of the worst. And all of these pans are heavily toxic to the body. And when God created us, He made us so that we can actually uptake minerals. And a lot of these pens that we get from the store, guess what happens when you eat in them? They actually cause you to lose your minerals because they compete for minerals. Now, I believe tomorrow night, before Sabbath, the Sabbath comes after 8, I'm going to have you bring your pots so you can test them. I'm going to teach you how to test your pots to see if you are emitting heavy metals into your food. Oh, that's right, no Friday. Okay, so we're going to have to do this another time. Okay, wow, I forgot, no Friday. That's right, we're off tomorrow. Okay, so let me just talk about the pots and pans that we're using. This is a Salad Master. We don't want to talk about the Salad Master right now. I'm not advertising these people, but I can tell you someone came to my house one day and a person had been trying to explain to me the art of cooking. And I wasn't really trying to hear what the person was saying 7 years ago. I was like, man, this thing's too expensive. And then somebody came to my house and we were having an event and the person wouldn't eat at our place. And I said, why are you not eating? She said, I'm not trying to be offensive, but you're not using the right pans. I'm like, what do you mean? I got stainless steel. She said, let me do a test on your pots. After she tested my pots and I saw what came out of it and I tasted it and I saw the heavy metals I was emitting into my body and my food, I said, there's no way we're going to be using these pans anymore. There's a study that they conducted at Johns Hopkins University that talks about all of the metals that emit into these pans. So let me ask you a quick question. If you were to go to the hospital, if you needed a knee surgery, what kind of metal would the doctor put in your knee? Titanium. Why? Lightweight. It doesn't react. The body, and then it's not porous and it doesn't emit heavy metals. There's a reason for that. Okay? Could it be that the enemy is killing us through our pot and our cookware and we don't even know it? Now, most people, if you explain to them, this is an investment. Okay? We use the Pure Life, we use the Salad Master. The Salad Master, the most expensive set is $23,000. Okay? That's the Salad Master. But that's okay. The Pure Life is affordable. I said the most expensive. The cheapest one you can get for about $5,000. The Pure Life is actually affordable. The Pure Life one is the same thing, does the same thing, and you can get online, the largest set is about $3,500, but the medium set is about $2,000, I'm sorry, and the smallest set is about $2,000. But with no, you see, you can't say that. You can't say that. Hear what I'm saying. What is the most expensive thing in our kitchen? So if we were told that something was unknowingly killing us, is it worth our body? Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. You are literally using some of these cookwares. They are emitting heavy metals in your brain, in your kidneys, in your heart. And they cause issues like blood pressure issues, diabetes issues, because they compete for minerals. When you go to Genesis chapter 2, verses 7, the Bible says, and God created man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. And the very next verse, you know what it says? And God planted a garden eastward. Now, the very same minerals that comes out of the garden also is the same minerals you find in your body. And those minerals, based upon the pen that you use, are killed 100%. These pens, not only do they prevent those things from happening, they preserve your vitamins and your minerals, so when you eat, you're eating for strength and not for drunkenness. Let me explain what I mean. When you take some carrots, and it's too bad I don't have the time to do this demonstration, and you chop up your carrots, and you put your carrots in the water, what color does the water become? Orange. Why? that's all of the vitamins leaching into the food. So basically you killed all the vitamins. All right? These types of cookware are what's called waterless cookware. All of your minerals are retained within the food. All of your vitamins are retained, and they go into your body without the heavy metals that competes for those vitamins and those minerals, okay? So again, this is why we're using these pans. And again, it is an investment, just like you make a house investment, you make a vehicle investment. This is one of the best investment, because what is the last place your food touches before it hits your body? Your pots. So what should be the most expensive item in your kitchen?
What about true stainless steel? How much is that?
The true, well, that's what I mean. The true stainless steels, the true stainless steel don't leach, all right? And the true stainless steel, if you look at the Pure Life, and I don't have it with me, at the bottom it says T304 titanium surgical steel. Not only that, it's a lifetime warranty. You never have to buy a pot again. I'm of this belief, like, if you buy something and then every 2 years you got to keep rebuying every 3 years, as opposed to buying something that's going to last you a lifetime, I would go with that, because you're going to end up saving money in the long run. But anyways, this is not about this pan. So the pizza, she's using true titanium steel pans. Notice we're not using aluminum, and this is cheap, right? It's a lot less expensive. But as I was saying, the Pure Life cuts the price in half. The pan that we use, you can actually purchase it for 50% off of what the actual pan costs online, okay? So, now, everybody, come on up so you can see what we're doing with the pizza. Please come on up. But just don't block the camera, okay? So, out of the three, for those of you who weren't here, out of the three, we chose to use this one. We're not going to use this one, okay? Yeah, they're lifetime warranty. Anything happen, you get them. And you can make payments on them, just like anything else. So, this is the pizza sauce. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. This is the pizza sauce. This is the pasta sauce.
So is that titanium coated, obviously, correct?
It's true titanium. It's T316. So if you look it up, it's the highest. And it's. I'm going to show you what you're going to do with it in a minute. Okay? This dinner will be ready in 30 minutes. Okay? So, I'm going to help my wife here. We got some garlic. Just be careful. It is. I turned it on warm. So our lasagna is just about ready. Yeah, we're going to make more lasagna. So we're going to add a little seasoning, a little salt, a little garlic on this. Now remember, we read this. There's no added sugar. This is the ingredient. Tomato, coarse ground tomato, tomato puree, roasted garlic, olive oil, salt. That's it. No sugar added. None of that stuff. Okay? Now, we need someone to come up and chop our veggies. I thought we needed our veggies chopped. So we need somebody to chop our veggies for us. What we're going to need here is some peppers and onions. And we're going to need some, we got our olives already chopped. Okay? So thank you, Mama. You're going to go here, wash your hands. Yep. So, thank you. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, listen up, everybody. So we got our onions. The onions are already washed, right? Onions already washed, Kathy? Okay. Well, we still wash them. Okay. Watch this, everybody. We are going to use a plant-based mozzarella cheese. Now, if you're going to use your plant-based mozzarella cheese, we have found that this is the best brand. Okay? the Vio Life. The Vio Life is the best brand. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and use this as our cheese. Remember, cheese is highly inflammatory. This cheese here is not going to be inflammatory, but it's going to be very healthy. You guys, you're making pizzas like pros.
Do you have any suggestions for, I've never ate that stuff.
Hmm?
Yeah. The fake cheese, you got any suggestions for like cheddar like that one?
Yes.
Like you can use with Mexican, tasty.
Yeah, I make a cheese recipe with potatoes and carrots. Potatoes and carrots. And you would not, if you want a natural cheese consistency, this is the best. And if we make this, you would never think you're not eating cheese. Hmm? It melts if you freeze it afterwards. But I find this is the best here. Because a lot of the other ones have canola oils and different things and sugar. This one is one of the best ones you can actually use. And again, this is a delicacy. You're not doing this every night, right? This is a once in a while, once in a blue thing. So you can afford to spend it. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Watch your hands. Yeah, I have a lot of cheese. We have a lot of cheese. So, okay, everybody, we got our cheese. On our pizza, and we forgot the garlic. I've got some garlic here, some chopped garlic. So who likes garlic?
Onion. Who likes onion? Yeah, put a lot of onion. Okay.
Who likes olives?
Who likes tomatoes? No tomatoes.
We need some spinach. Okay. While they are finishing up the pizza, everybody. While they are finishing up the pizza, I'm going to go over and make my lasagna. Okay? What did I say? This lasagna will be ready in 15 to 30 minutes in this cookware. This is going to save you time at home. Okay? So watch this. For my lasagna, I'm not using what you typically use for lasagna, which is white pasta. This pasta is one of the best.
That's okay, Mom.
And you know what it's made with? Brown rice. I'm going to read the ingredients, okay, on this pasta. It says, ingredient list, organic brown rice, water. That's it. Did you hear that? Organic brown rice, water. That's it. 2 ingredients.
You know we're just learning this because of our architect.
Yes.
Diabetes, but what's a good glycemic index? I don't understand.
So the glycemic index basically is talking about the carbohydrate that you eat and how it reacts to your body. So for example, a white rice or a white pasta has a bad glycemic index. It's going to shoot up very high. This has a low glycemic index because while it may shoot up, the fiber is going to help regulate it. It's going to gradually go down, as opposed to the white pasta will go up and then crash very high, okay? So that's what it's talking about. So
It's usually 50 or less.
yeah.
There's a chart.
Yeah, there's a chart for that. So we're gonna talk about it. So what I'm gonna do now is, where's my gloves? Everybody? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Anika. I will show that. So we use this Jovio pasta. Also, this is a good brand. This is a good brand. Okay? This is like the really heavy duty lasagnas. So this is a good brand. A brown rice lasagna. This is a French brand. And the ingredients is very easy on the eye. Whole grain, brown rice, rice bran, and water. 3 ingredients. And the Jovio brand contains 2 main ingredients, organic brown rice and flour, and then water. Okay? Now, we're going to make this lasagna. And then we're going to make the cheesecake as well. Okay. You want me to finish that now? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want me to go there?
Yes. I'm going to have my wife make the lasagna, okay, for you as I finish off the pizza. And dinner will be ready in how long? 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Guess what? My lasagna pan is ready here. One of these. This one is on. This one is on. Okay. Which we don't need the oven anymore. Oh, for the pizza, I'm sorry. Yes, we do.
You can add this one.
Okay.
And then on the top, the cheese.
Put more cheese on top, honey?
After the...
After, okay. So guess what? You're eating your veggies.
This is the one? This is the one good? This is the
Yeah, that's the good one. Yeah. Gonna put one more cheese. How many cheese do we have? Oh, we got one left. Better take it easy on the cheese. Okay, see what she's doing? She's putting the sauce at the bottom of the pan. Okay? Because that's essentially gonna coat. This will be a 1-layer lasagna. And this is the quick one you can make for potluck, but you need the special pan to do it. And you can also do it in the other pan, which is the Pure Life pan, which is significantly cheaper than this one. I couldn't afford this one. Somebody actually let us use this one.
But I used to sell these.
Yes,
I have my own set.
Kathy has all of them.
Online for cheap.
Where's the...
Because people like, you know.
Yes, you can get them secondhand.
Don't know the value of it.
Yes,
And they sell them on eBay.
you can get them online secondhand for cheap.
I'm going to use this one?
No, no, use the
Where's this?
use the one we're used to. Right here. Okay, watch what my wife is doing here, everybody. Okay, we're gonna need to move the camera to that side. So our pizza is going in. Don't know if you can see it. Our pizza is going in. All right, and our oven. We got 2 of them. I'll do it. Huh? Just not enough. It's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, there's just for the lasagna.
You're saying it still will work in that stainless steel pan, correct?
Huh?
Yes, it will work, but you need
Okay.
to watch.
Let me tell you the difference. Oh yeah, I'm gonna flip it. Let me tell you the difference between the stainless steel and those pans. Because really, I can do a class on those pans to explain to you what the difference is. Okay? So when you have steel or when you have pans, the most of the pans that we use, the stainless steel pot, the non-sticks, the cast irons, even some other ones, they don't have a good heat conduction system. The metal doesn't conduct heat properly. So what happens is you cook on high heat, and then you gotta watch the pot, right? This one, I can put it on high, and once it starts to cling like this, it's telling me that it has reached my ideal temperature. And do you know at what temperature your food begins to die? 200 degrees Fahrenheit and higher. So once it reaches that temperature, I turn the pan off or on low, I can leave my house for 24 hours, it will never burn. And not only that, I am preserving what? The nutrients that is in the food. And the purpose for which we eat is not to fill our bellies, but it's to get nutrients. If you're just eating and then you're like, I'm full, but you're not getting the nutrition from the food, you're not eating. You're essentially just filling your belly with it. So what this does, as you can see, is it's going to warn us when it's ready. And as long as I keep it covered, I shut it off, my food will be done and ready in no time. Okay? So my wife is adding her veggies and her lasagna right now. And then we're going to add some, I think that's it, honey. We're going to add some greens in there as well.
So this is basically the sauce and now the veggies.
Yes.
When did you add the
After the sauce in the bottom. Okay? Well, guess what? The taste will surprise you.
Yeah, it's good. I had it the other day at Sabbath.
Yeah,
Same one.
that's the same one we made Sabbath. Okay.
I'm gonna add the sauce, but you can make your own cheese sauce like sweet potatoes and carrots,
Mm-hmm.
and then put your seasoning in it. Or you can make the cashew cheese, because if you don't put the like liquid on the top, it will like dry.
It will dry out. Okay, I'm gonna use another can of sauce because I can see that this is dry. I did have, okay, so here's another brand that is good. This brand here, I'm gonna read it. It has tomato, sea salt, red pepper, and the citric acid I gotta talk about it. That's just lemon juice, essentially, okay? And that is a preserver. You can preserve with lemon juice, okay? So we're gonna add a little bit of this sauce in there to make sure that our lasagna is not dry. You can add a little bit of garlic powder. Do we have garlic powder here? Yeah, let's do some garlic powder. Some oregano leaves.
Yeah.
Here, honey.
Wait 1 second.
I don't see garlic powder. Okay, it's getting hot in here. I don't see garlic powder. Yes. Okay, onion powder, basil. That sounds good. But no garlic. Oh, yes. Okay, honey, there you go. Now we can do this. So we cook together. Like she'll start something and I'll come around and, you know. So gotta add some onion powder to this. Then we're gonna move on to our salad. We're gonna show you how easy it is to make your salad. Any questions?
What does it take to test the pots? Is there a special
Yes, yes. You gotta have the good pots, and then you test your pots. You use baking soda, and you take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of baking soda, and you boil your water hot, and you drop it in there, and you're gonna see some chemical reaction begin to take place, and then you're gonna taste it. I went to a church, and I won't say the name of the church. They pull out the pots, okay? I don't know if the pots belong to the church or who the pots belong to. But when I tested the pots, the whole church, not only did it smell like fish, but when everybody tasted it, they said, this tastes like fish. So this is what happens when you cook, okay? To put it in perspective, when you cook with these pots that are not the right metals, once you heat anything, anybody can tell you, chemistry, a chemical reaction takes place. Once that chemical reaction takes place, it opens the pores of the pot. And the item that was cooked in the pot goes into the pot, and once it cools off, it closes in it. When you heat it again, the item comes out into the food. This is one of the reasons why we should not be eating out. Because we can go out to the Chinese restaurant or wherever and say, oh, I'm eating vegetarian. I got broccoli, I got rice. But guess what? They just serve you from the pot that they just cooked the pork and the shrimp in. So that's called cross-contamination. And in the Bible, when God gave man permission to eat meat, and you're going to learn on Sabbath what happened in 1863, he told the Jews, the children of Israel, that when the pork died, not only was it unclean, but it could not even come in their kitchen. They could not even touch it. So a lot of these contaminants are in the food that we go out, we buy at stores and so on and so forth. And so we need to be doing our own thing at home. Start from scratch, friends, and you're going to benefit from it. You really are. Okay, that looks beautiful, honey. So she didn't even, did you put the cover? No cover for this one?
No, we need to cover it.
We need to cover it. So we need another bag. Okay, so we need to cover it, she says. All right.
Oh, no.
Are you going to leave it that way?
Yes.
Okay, so let's put some more cheese on it then, huh? I got one more cheese left. Okay, my pizza. I'm gonna raise this up. Okay, so now, dinner is about to be ready. All right, I want somebody to put a clock. Time me. Okay. Well, timer. All right, honey, you go ahead and put it on. Okay, so now this is all we're doing, and dinner is almost ready. Now we're going to go over to our salad. Okay? We're going to make it easy. This actually comes.
We'll cook it to 340 Fahrenheit.
Okay. This is going to come if you get your set, you're going to have to get this separate. This is going to make your life a whole lot easier. Okay? So, hon, help me here. So watch this, y'all. We could have put some of that in the lasagna as well. I'm going to go over here. Forget about cutting. I don't have time for that. Listen, you know, time is one of the greatest talents. We are told we're going to have to give an account for time. Some of y'all spend too long in the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. Get in the Bible. Get the stuff that's going to help you. Like a carpenter will tell you, if you don't have the right tools, how long is it going to take you, Brother Roland, to finish the job? Get the tools you need to do the work properly. We don't have time. We need to go quickly. So, what I'm doing here is a nice raw salad. I can put this in my lasagna. I can put this in my salad. I can put this, you know, whatever. So my spaghetti squash. Now this has been triple washed. Okay, honey, go ahead. Oh, did we get the video on that? Oh, yes, excellent. Okay. And as she's doing this, I've got my cashews soaking. I'm going to make a cashew dressing. Okay? This is going to be a hit. So I already got my cashews soaked. Remember, these are raw cashews. These are raw cashews. Okay? I'm going to take these cashews. I'm going to rinse them. And I'm going to make a cashew dressing. I'm going to use a cup of the cashews. And in a lot of cases, I need a little bit of coconut milk, but guess what? We forgot the coconut milk. So we're going to make do with what we have. We're going to use a little water. Okay, in my cashew dressing, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And I've been doing this a little while so I can eyeball it. I'm going to add my salt, a little smoked paprika, my garlic powder, teaspoon of each, some basil, always makes the flavor come out. My onion powder. And one thing I like to do with every sauce that I make, I like to use raw onions and raw garlic. And the raw garlic, I think we don't have. So I'm going to use a little bit of our own garlic that we bought already minced, which I don't see it.
What's that? What do you need?
Okay, raw garlic, but we don't have it. We don't have any. So I'm going to add my salt here. And a little bit of turmeric for color. Where's our turmeric? And also, remember the turmeric is anti-inflammatory. The turmeric is anti-inflammatory. Okay, we're going to blend. And a little bit of lemon juice. Thank you, honey. It just hit when I saw her brought out the lemon. So we got salt, we got lemon, and some coconut milk would really, really, really help. No, it won't hurt if you don't put too much. The seed of the lemon? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Wow. Oh, yeah. Not ready yet. But, yeah, probably should turn it down. Okay. This is how it tastes. Oh. Everybody get a taste of this. Don't tell me you need to have those milky salad dressings. Moving on. Healthy, yummy, no preservatives. No, it's not enough for her. All right, somebody else help me give everybody a little taste. Yeah, give you the job. Give everybody a little taste. Thank you. All right, now I can make it smoother, and I can add a little bit more water, but this salad dressing is the Bomb. What do you think? Okay? We got to take it easy on the salad dressing. I didn't make a lot. About an hour. Yeah. The longer they soak, the more creamier they become. Spatula. All right, do you want to show them the salad dressing? The done version? There's our salad dressing. All right, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. While she's doing that, I'm going to prep for my cheesecake, okay? The cheesecake you won't be able to have till later this evening because it has to be frozen completely. It's a raw cheesecake recipe. For your lasagna recipe, it's right there in front of you. And for your pizza recipe, you can take pictures of that later. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of at the pizza. It's not 100% ready yet. Okay? So don't say you need to go to the store and buy that junk pizza. It is not necessary. Whatever you can do with dairy, you can do with milk and butter, we can do it better with plants. So, when I was talking about tofu yesterday, here's an idea of the tofu you want. Non-GMO, organic. This, you get 4 of them for $5 at Costco. It comes in a box. It's called Paul, I can't pronounce it. Here, pass it around. Mm-hmm. And you get 4 of them. It comes in a box, okay, for like less than $6. That's not bad. That's not bad, okay? That's a good deal. Okay. All right. Now, unfortunately, I forgot my triple berry for the cheesecake. So I'm going to improvise. I'm going to use fresh pineapple. Okay? So what we're going to do for our cheesecake, first we're going to make the crust. Anika, the crust is on the slide. I'll wait for Anika. The way we're going to make the crust, this is a food processor. How much was this food processor? This food processor is a few $100s. It's not expensive on Vevor, right? The crust for your cheesecake, this is a 3-layer cheesecake, okay? Now, it's not cheese we're using. We are using, actually, cashew for cheese. You're going to soak your cashews for at least 2 hours, okay? If you don't want to use cashews, you can use tofu. All right, there's other things you can do if you think cashews is too expensive. But let me help my wife with this here. There. So for my cheesecake, I can make my crust. Remember, this is raw. This is not cooked. We're not adding any flour, no butter, no added sugars. This is a raw cheesecake recipe, which means, what am I getting? 100% of my vitamins, okay, from my fruits. I'm not cooking it. I'm not baking it. You're going to use dates as your crust. You're going to use either walnuts or almonds. For this one we use almonds because I forgot the walnuts in the church. Okay? That's your crust. Your second layer is your cheese. You're going to just take the cashew, add a little bit of water or coconut milk to it. You're going to drain the cashew first. And then you're going to add, squeeze some lemon juice, some organic, vanilla. You're going to add some maple syrup. And then you're going to add a pinch of salt. And then you're going to blend it until it's smooth. You're going to pour that over the first layer.
Is there a substitute for vanilla where some
This one is an organic, non-GMO vanilla brand. So it's actual vanilla. It's non-alcoholic flavoring, and it says it's made from pure vanilla, no coloring. So this is actually healthy. Okay? Guys, Caleb, go back, please. Now. Go back. So you're going to use the walnut and your dates.
Also, you can add coconut shreds.
Okay, my wife said, oh, you can also add coconut shreds. You know what coconut shreds are? That will give it a nice consistency. Okay. Now, we can make one for the church for Sabbath, but we need something to put it in. We don't have another. And Sabbath, you'll have your dessert all ready for Sabbath. Okay, I guess we can probably use this. No, we can use plastic if it's not being cooked. Remember, there's nothing wrong with plastic when it's not cooked. If it's going in the freezer, it's not going in the oven, so it's okay. Just like glass, you can use it if it's not going in the oven. All right, but we need. So she's making the cheesecake. I'll talk about it in a minute. So in your glass, there's lead. There are some glass that doesn't have lead. When you buy your glass, you need to do your research. But the majority of the glass, what holds it together is the lead. So what happens when you heat lead? When you put lead in the oven, it comes into the food. You can also use these to make another quick dessert. We call them date and walnut balls. Energy balls. So all you do is, I'm going to put some gloves and show you how to do it. Very easy. And you can bring this for potluck. You can put toothpicks in it and put it on a platter and serve it. Sister Crystal, we need somewhere to put the cheesecake in for Sabbath. If not, we'll just put it in a glass. So here's how you make the balls. Non-baked, raw, has all the nutrients. Children love this. You make it like that, and then you put a toothpick in it, you put it on platter, and then you bring that for dessert on Sabbath. There's no excuse to not bring dessert on Sabbath. Walnut and dates. Guess what? We are told in the spirit of prophecy that on Sabbath, we should bring something special.
You can also put shredded carrots in there.
You can.
Shredded coconut. And raisins.
Well, I wouldn't do shredded carrots because then you would be mixing a fruit and a vegetable that's not digestible because with the dates. Who wants that? Remember, dates are very high in sugar. So for a diabetic, what you want to do is you want to soak it and get some of the sugar out. Are you ready to catch the ball? Okay. You want a piece? This is a dessert. This is a dessert. Just dates and a walnut. And then you can put it in a toothpick and then you serve that. Okay? Okay, everybody, shh, quiet. Do you hear the sound? Yeah. Dinner's ready. So now it's reached my ideal temperature. I don't want to cook my nutrients in my food. I'm going to lower it.
It's been 15 minutes.
It's been 15 minutes. Dinner's ready in 15 minutes. I'm not going to open it. I'm just going to lower. How much, honey? Lower it to 180 degrees. Now, the set that I was talking about comes with literally 10 big pots. You should see it. I don't have it with me, but hopefully I can show you a picture of it. So now my dinner. You see what's happening here? My dinner is almost ready. Now, I'm checking on my cheesecake. I doubt it's ready. Okay? Cheesecake, y'all, looks like we ain't having cheesecake till later. Let's pray it freezes because we have to carry it here. And so as a result, it wasn't quite ready. Okay? All right. So now for our cheesecake, remember we don't have all the ingredients, unfortunately, but the cheesecake recipe is on the board. If I can see it, I'll read it for you guys. This will be a 1-layer cheesecake. What we've got in the fridge is a 3-layer cheesecake. You can do a 4-layer cheesecake. I use dragon fruit. You get that at the store, okay? So for the crust, you're going to use a 1.5 cup of raw walnuts, which is what my wife did here. 2 cups of dates, a 1/2 teaspoon of Celtic salt. Throw it in a food processor. If you use a Vitamix, that will work as well. Form that into the bottom of the pan like this. That's your crust. No flour, no sugar, all your fiber and natural. And it's raw, which means I did not kill my nutrition. For the middle of the cheesecake, you want to soak 3 cups of cashews, raw, of course, overnight or for 2 hours if you don't have time. You want to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 ounces of coconut milk or water, and add 1.5, and then blend until smooth. For the covering of the cheesecake, you're going to use 2 cups of soaked cashews, 1 cup of frozen mango, or whatever the desired fruit or flavor you want. You can use blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, banana, whatever you want. You're going to add, in this one, we added some Ceylon cinnamon. Okay? Not just regular cinnamon, but Ceylon cinnamon. A pinch of salt, Celtic salt. Throw it in the Vitamix until it's smooth, which is what my wife is going to do. And then you pour it over. You can do another layer, pour it over. And another layer, pour it over. And then at the top, you can decorate it with whatever fruit you want. Okay? So here's where she's going to make the cheese right now for the cheesecake. And I'm going to let you taste the cheese. You want to add the cashew now or first? That's good. Salt. Now it's almost 5. After this meal, we're going to have to walk. Because class starts at 6 tonight. I wonder if you just do the class here while you're already set up. Would that be less work? Yeah. So I want them to see, should we just show them the cheese? Should we just show y'all the cheese, how the cheese come out first? Instead of the, let's just do the cheese. Looking good, y'all. Okay, my wife is gonna make that cheese for you. It's okay. Gonna add a little water because guess what? It starts to get thick at the bottom. Clean as you go. I believe in that. Oh, let me taste. Let me. It's still raw. It's still got some. It's still got some little bit of. It's not smooth 100%. Okay. Your cheese is ready. Yeah, we're gonna, let me just give them have somebody go and give everybody a taste. So if someone can go around with the same thing we did, similar, give everybody a drop, and let them taste the cheese. Yeah, so this is the pineapple flavor, which we've never made because we forgot our triple berry. Okay. I want to now show the lasagna. Are you guys ready? Cook in 15 minutes. Wait a minute. This is one of my favorite dishes. Okay, now for the great unveiling. Okay, are you ready? You ready? Lasagna is ready. Now, the longer it sits, the harder it becomes. So, let me just, you're blocking the camera. Did you get that on the camera? Can we get it so they can see it? Okay. Show the end product. There's our lasagna. Okay? Dinner's ready. Any questions? Pizza's ready. Lasagna's ready. Cheesecake's ready. How long did we cook for?
25 minutes.
Huh? About 25 minutes. Okay? Now we've got some experience doing this at a restaurant, but there's your pizza.
Oh, this is mine?
All right. So what we've got to do now is we've got to pray and then eat. We're going to need help with the serving. I hope we got paper plates. So this can be done at home. We're not just talking about it in the pulpit. We can actually do it at home without all these bad ingredients. It's going to save our life. It's going to save our health. A little bit of extra, $100 you're going to spend a week is going to save your life in the long run. Trust me, your life is worth $100. It's the pineapple cheesecake. That's for Sabbath. We're going to freeze it. And we'll pray and eat now, right? First, we're going to start with salad. And then I want to show you one more thing because this is not frozen yet, unfortunately. It's almost there. It will be there later. But this is our triple berry cheesecake. And when you open it here with the belt, you're gonna see the layers. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay? And I've got a picture of that I can show you later. Okay. Any question? 45 minutes. Dinner's ready. All right? So, all right, let's pray as we eat. All right, dear Father in heaven, we thank you for the opportunity to be able to demonstrate. Lord, we pray that as each and every one of us are trying to get better with our health, help us, Lord, that we may learn how to practice and apply these things and learn that we can do without the milk. We can do without the dairy. We can do without the butter. We can do without the white flour. We can do without the sugar. With your help, Lord, and with your strength, we are asking that you will help us, Lord, that we will practice truly what we believe as Seventh-day Adventists in this health message that you have given unto us, Lord. Give us the wisdom to know how to do it. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I want to thank my wife for helping me.